Yep, we're going.
Good morning. This is a travel day. So, what we do on travel days, we drain the black tank and flush it. We also drain the rear gray, and because we have a second connection for now, we then go and drain the front gray, which is the galley for the kitchen. Alright, so a lot of people are asking what we do for our black flush hose, and it's our old freshwater 0G hose, which we love, but I have a single on-off right here, so I can control the water right at the dump place, because the handle for dumping is right here, and the inlet that goes into the RV for the black tank flusher is right there. So I have a backflow valve right here. So this hose is technically still good for clean water because nothing passes this brass elbow right here. So that backflow valve is what I do. And of course I have it 90 degrees so the hose hangs vertically. The other thing we do is we fill our freshwater tank. And because we boondock so much, we travel with a full tank of fresh. And yes, we have gone across the cat scale, so we do know that we're within our numbers to do so. We're going to show you what Kelly and each of the boys do, because each of the boys do have a responsibility that they love doing on travel days.
All right, Josh. So what's your job?
So it's my job to run the stabilizer down. Wipe my leg now.
Why?
The hose.
Finish what I'm doing. You come and get the box, buddy?
And that is how my job is done.
So the noise you hear, so this is actually a Milwaukee drill. Most of them have this. So there is two functions here. There is the drill where it doesn't stop, which we do not use. And the noise you heard is this. It's called a clutch. And I set the clutch that way. As soon as there's pressure on the stabilizers, it stops, because you don't want to lift your trailer with the stabilizer jacks. They're just to stabilize. So that's the noise. So I'll let you see it. I'll hold this, I'll pull the trigger, and you'll hear the clutch. That's the noise you hear. It's important that you use one with a clutch, because otherwise you can damage your equipment.
All right, Jeffy. Get your block.
My job is to blocks and chalks. And that's important? And that's important. So, if you don't do it, the tray will want to move. My job is to get the 30 amp fuse, getting it out of the drawer, and putting it into the tongue jack.
So Johnny's job is the 30 amp fuse that goes to the tongue jack to make it operational. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, why do you take that out? Well, we have young kids and we race around outside, and accidentally the little buttons get bumped to turn that light on or to run the tongue jack up or down, and that's really dangerous if you already have your stabilizers down. So his job is very important. He finds the 30 amp fuse that we put in a very specific place every single time. It gets put back in the fuse holder, and that turns the tongue jack on basically. And then he knows he's not allowed to do it until the stabilizers are up. And then it's his job to run it up high enough and to back me straight under it.
I run the walkie-talkies, so I am the spotter. I help Dad back up because he can't see everything. And we don't want to yell because we don't want to disturb anyone else in the campground who hasn't woken up yet. So I'm the spotter, and I help Dad go around and back out of stuff. And if he's gonna hit something, I can just tell him, and he can just forward or backwards, and he can go. Dad's gonna get the 2 locks off. As you can see, he's doing that right now.
So one of the last things I do is I make sure the propane bottles are turned off. Then I come over here. This is our TPMS from Tire Minder. And I have it to be just an alligator clip. That way it doesn't drain the battery. Plug that in so the green light turns on. There we go. So all my TPMS is ready to go. And then I go around and make sure everything is closed. So another thing that we do on travel days is I take down our internet. I will do a video on this soon because if you've watched our last internet videos, this is very simple. This is one device. It is Wi-Fi 6, and it allows me to connect 3 internet sources in to the router. It's $100. It's literally that small, and I love it.
This is not a normal occurrence for travel day. We do not have a roof rack that can hold all of our bikes right now. They are sitting here inside the trailer. As soon as we get the new roof rack, we will be moving the bikes to the top of Pearl. All right, guys, so everybody is outside getting into Pearl, and I am going through my final checklist. In the shower, we keep our laundry. The dehumidifier goes down here, and hoses and freshwater stuff always goes in the shower because it goes right back up when we get to the next spot. Or it stays there because we aren't going to be using the shower if we're not on hookups. The soap for the sink goes in the sink. Because the bikes are right here, the kitchen table is in the boys' bunks. Before we leave, I make sure to change it to fan from cool, just in case we're not plugged in when I go to turn this back on. Turn that off completely. Turn off the water pump, or the heater, water heater, the water pump, and the main lights, bedroom light. And, oh, before I do that, we have to secure our bedroom door. Jeremy had to make a fix with that because it got stripped out. And he also had to move the door stopper down here because it was about an inch over, and this door would just fling back and forth and back and forth. So We've had to make a few changes. Those are a couple. I think that's everything. Oh, behind the TV. I need to unplug behind the TV as well. But I'm not gonna film that because I can't climb over these bikes and do it at the same time. But everything in the trailer is good to go. All right, everything is ready to go. Bathroom door is not latched. See, this is why you double check. So it's my job to make sure that the trailer is locked. Really want to switch to the RV keypad lock. Just haven't made time to do that yet. Steps up. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Not likely. And even though Jeremy has already gone around and done his check, I also go around and make sure that everything is locked up. So Jeremy is pulling the power right now. I'm gonna open this cabinet back up for him so that he can put that away. So we are good to go as soon as I go and lock the underpass storage on the driver's side. And then I am going to check the lights real fast before we head out. All right, here's the back of the trailer.
Running lights.
All are good.
Left blinker.
Left blinker is good.
Right blinker.
Right blinker is good.
Radio check.
Brakes.
Brakes are good.
Let's go.
All right. So that's it. We're on our way.
So since we just got Pearl, I haven't had a chance to get a new specifically sized cable yet, but I plug in the USB here and it comes over. It's out of the way of all my gauges. And this is our TPMS. One thing that I didn't show is I already checked all my tire pressures. I do that early and try to do it before the sun comes up so the pressures are correct.
Another reason why I stay outside of the vehicle as Jeremy pulls out of the site is to check for any sounds. We're looking for grinding, dragging, anything along those sorts.
Just getting to feel out how she tows. In Pearl, where it has airbags in the back for the automatic vehicle leveling, so it bounces a little bit more, and it's more of a riding on a couch or riding on a cloud. We're getting ready to order the WaySafe middleweight weight distribution hitch. Because the trailer is only 7,000 pounds, we are going to do the middleweight. If you're over 8,500 pounds, you're supposed to move up to the heavyweight. We're going to get the weight distribution hitch, mostly because it's long overdue. If you're towing a travel trailer, you really need to have a weight distribution hitch. Really looking forward to getting that. I'll show you guys the setup and how well it works and how it transfers weight from the rear axle to the front. So you know we're going to be cat scaling before and after for you. So far, so good.
It would help if I didn't have the lens cap on. Hey guys, so we have made it to Mustang Island. This is our stop for tonight. We are only here for one night, and then we are backtracking a little bit to Goose Island. But we are gonna go set the trailer up and find some place to walk and check this place out, because we've never actually been to Mustang Island before. So this is a new park for us.
Yeah, we
Sorry?
It's basically just a parking lot. So there's not really anything thrilling about the campground, but I'm guessing you don't come here for the campground, you come here for the beach.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you can see it's basically just, you can just see it's just a parking lot.
You basically park on either side of this one big driveway, and there's gazebos with picnic tables, and that's it.
That's it for this week. On to the next adventure.